from here. It is true.
That one is Tatanka. That constellation is Tatanka.
Look to the southeast. 45 degrees from horizon. Tatanka. The hunter-bearer of light, giver of happiness, and sleeper of Pox blanket.
So wrong.
Ah, man. So wrong, but so right. Why? In the future, it will be revealed that all we have said has come to pass. This is not merely entertainment or infotainment. It's prophecy.
Prophecy.
God damn it. Edward Casey got nothing on us. He's got balls across his fucking nose. And who's that other asshole? Yeah, him too.
I was watching Sabrina, the Teenage Witch.
When? Last night?
Yeah.
I was too, dude.
Did you see the one where they go back to like the TV sitcom and a multiverse or whatever?
In the new season? Season 4?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I got that far. I only got to like episode 4 or 5.
Yeah, that one threw me for a loop, man. That was pretty crazy shit. Like, she ends up on the set of the show, like the stupid show.
Yeah.
Like the sitcom one. And everybody's like trapped in the show.
Oh, wait.
Actors.
I think I did. I think I fell asleep from it. I woke up and that was on. But I had to double back because I missed the first few episodes where they get into all that like fascist kind of shit. The Emperor Blackwood.
Mm-hmm.
Gee. Yeah, man. What do you think of the new season, dude? So far.
Pretty crazy. Keeping it interesting.
Yes, but I you know, maybe if we hadn't had a year like 2020, it might have not necessarily been as noticeable to me, I guess, but it kept hitting these little points where they were clearly indicating a little bit of not virtue signaling, but wokeness-ish stuff.
Yeah.
And it felt...
Well, it kind of covers all the different belief systems. It kind of ties them all together.
Yes.
You know, biblical and, you know, just all the craziness.
Yes. But I
like
kept...
all the different demons and curses and on and on and on.
Yeah.
It's pretty well written.
Yes, it is. I still like it. It's not like it threw me, but I just kept feeling I just kept feeling a little bit of agendaizing in there, just a little touch here and there. You know, Emperor Blackwood could easily be metaphored into Orange Man bad.
Yeah, maybe.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Go back and watch it.
Yeah, I guess I would have to watch it again.
Anyway, I think it's a great show. Whatever, man. It certainly keeps me going. I mean, like I said, I watched like fucking 4 or 5 episodes of it last night.
Yeah, me too. And I walked out on one of them. I was kind of wanted to do something else, so I kind of bailed on it. But whatever. I can always watch it later, I guess.
Who's your favorite?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy how they're in this multiverse and like Salem, the cat. You know, he's like the fake cat.
Yeah. Oh, he's the.
Like on the show.
Yeah, he's the fucking. What is it? Not the proxy, but the.
He's like the director of the show and the writer.
It's called a familiar.
Well, yeah, but in the sitcom, he's like that. He's writing the story.
Yeah.
And basically, they're all his mice, all the actors, and he has them ground up in the cat food and put in cans, and they sit there and they eat cans of tuna, but they're just eating like past like employees or like actors and stuff. It's pretty whacked out.
That's pretty
like
nuts.
the show's fucking nuts, man.
It's gnarly.
It's definitely a lot more gruesome than the sitcom. That shit was just stupid.
Yeah.
If you ever watched it.
The Sabrina show?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also a movie.
Yeah, that's right. They did make a movie.
Yeah, well, that's where it all sprang out of. Well, I guess it was a comic book.
Yeah, it was an Archie comic or something.
And then then they did a movie with I think it was who was it? The girl from Clarissa Explains It All, and Ryan Reynolds, I think, is in it. And then they made the show, and then which was a little corny, and then the reboot, which is badass.
Yeah, it's a lot better for sure.
Yeah, I like how they're portraying that that darkness was all these miners came out of the mines and shit, and they were like creeping around and shit. That was pretty cool. Although it seemed like they solved the problem of the double Sabrina very, very. God, can you believe this? We're two grown men in our fucking in our mid-40s talking about fucking Sabrina. Anyway, they had the two Sabrinas. One was acting as Queen of Hell while the other was doing the high school fucking same thing she was doing. And,
yeah, dating her boyfriend and
yes, and yada yada. And then the queen,
witch girl.
The queen wanted to marry. Yeah, the queen wanted to marry that prince and shit or whatever the fuck down there, and so then they had the Lucifer banish the Sabrina. The mortal Sabrina, whatever, had banished her from hell and shit, so they wouldn't have to continue that duality, the dual line. It was weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to watch it again, I guess, when I get time to know what really happened.
But yeah,
that one episode was throwing me. I was pretty whacked out.
Yeah. See, now when Father Blackwood has the imp of the perverse, and he wishes himself into being emperor, and always having been emperor, blah blah blah. What was I gonna say? Oh, that whole thing, to me, when I watched it.
You think they were making digs at Trump, maybe, somehow?
Well, that particular storyline seemed to me to be something like a metaphor for, especially for the last year or two, where people say you have all these friends, these family, all this stuff you're connected to, Facebook or otherwise, whatever, years and years and years. Then all of a sudden you start getting into these political things or saying things that are political, and having people that you have known all your life or are related to you all of a sudden disagree with you quite, maybe even, quite intensely at times. And so it could be a metaphor for an awakening of the people I've known all around me all of a sudden seem like strangers. Like how Sabrina and Roz all of a sudden they realize that something has happened when the wish is made and granted and shit, and there's that like ding, the tone goes out and everybody's like, ah, and all of a sudden it's hard to recognize who your friends are and whatnot and blah 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 and all this kind of shit. To me, it all feels very political, like socio-political anyway. It's like a lot of metaphor happening in that thing. It was hard not to keep bumping up against it in a way. And they're like, oh, we should celebrate our differences and all this stuff and yada yada yada. Yeah. And then the little gay girl boy, the drummer, yeah.
Butchie.
Yeah, becomes a succubus. There's just some weird, there's just some wacky shit happening there.
Yeah, it's like the things jumping around people's bodies.
Yeah.
Hey, let's take a 10.
Me and my head or me and my body?
Oh boy, I better turn this down quick. I forgot. You know, it's such hard music. It's such a soft little at least one soft little bitch behind it. So I don't want him to come after us. He'll be trying to copyright strike us. Fag.
Yeah, I'll be like, no one listens to my music anymore, but
because I made sure that they can't.
Yep.
Hey, listen. We're not making a fucking dime, so eat a bag of Dizix.
Right, I'd be flattered and honored if people played my music.
Especially this long after it was created. Yeah, you would hope so. Be like, well, the viable days of fucking recording albums and touring might be behind us, but people still love it and they're still still rocking it and fucking yeah. So you've created a legacy of some kind, for your art to be enjoyed.
No, where it really comes in is when they sell out to these big music labels or record labels, and they get their dirty paws on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They want to monetize every moment of it.
Well, because they know nostalgia makes money, buddy.
Well, I was checking out this. There's this thing in Nashville. It's like a organization. I forget what it's called. But
it's called MUFLA.
It's kind of like the Screen Actors Guild, but it's like a music writers guild type thing.
Uh-huh.
And or not the not SAG per se. I don't know. But it's
cool.
Kind of like its own little group to help.
It's the film actor. It's the Film Actors Guild.
Well, it's supposed to give you protections as a songwriter, and I was listening to these, country artists that have, made hits and stuff, and just the mumbo jumbo they have to go through. They're talking about, it's kind of like when you shoot a movie and you've got all this footage and you're like, oh yeah, and then they go to do the final cut and they just cut your ass out altogether.
Mm-hmm. It's called Billy Corganing somebody.